Hello everyone. Welcome back. Today is May 2nd, 2023, and it is time for another episode of Rav'n Moon's Astro Forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We wake up today under a Libra moon. That might just show that this midweek is going to be a little bit more social than most. I know that here in Colorado there are a lot of events going on, so makes total sense. We are getting close to the full moon eclipse on the 5th, on Friday, which will be in Scorpio, and we'll definitely touch more on that. Today's episode is about the 7th house, but before we get into that, yesterday I gave us our planetary rundown, and I neglected to mention that Pluto started its retrograde motion back through Aquarius and will be back in Capricorn on June 11th, before it goes forward again and makes its permanent home in Aquarius, I believe, in January of 2024. So with that, we're going to continue with our house exploration. As I said yesterday, the 6th house completed the lower quadrant of the zodiac and also the interpersonal houses. Now we move into the relationship houses, starting with the 7th. The 7th house is the house of partnership. It is ruled by, or corresponds to Libra, and is ruled by Venus. Saturn is exalted in the 7th house. Partnerships include marriage, business arrangements, best friend type of relationships, agreements, contractual agreements, like the contract itself would be in the 3rd house, but the agreement is in the 7th house. I'd say in the natal chart you can look to the 7th house to see how much of importance is going to be in the native's life in terms of marriage and partnership. I have a friend who is a 7th house person. It doesn't necessarily denote that they are going to be in a lot of marriages or anything like that. It just means that partnership is very important to the natives, and they understand that give and take of partnership probably better than some people that do not have planets in that house. One thing that occurred to me is when you're looking at your house positions is that when we're talking about transits and knowing your chart and where the sun's traveling, where the other planets are traveling, because as the planets make their way through the different house positions, that is an opportunity for you to really focus on that house and what attributes could come into your life or not, right? So with the 7th house, I find that's a really important predictive tool when it comes to mapping out someone's, year or something like that. It's very easy to see, oh, during this time I'm going to have so much concentration in my 7th house. There might be a new partner coming, or there might be something related to those ends. Also, when it comes to the 7th house, again, ruling partnership and marriage, as I mentioned with the 5th house, and I believe I brought it up that there's also the 8th house, that all of these, well, the 5th, the 8th, and 7th house all kind of deal with partnership, but in very different ways. The 5th house is more about having fun, kind of affairs. The 7th house is more about, that work of putting in the foundation and laying a partnership. And then the 8th house is a lot more about sex and possession and those kind of things. Now we will definitely dive into the 8th house tomorrow. It's very fascinating and one of those intangible ones that you can go really deep with. That is the end of my time. I hope everybody has a great Tuesday.